the drama and the crazy things and all that happen. Sit there and listen. Let them vent. I'm going to say that again. Sit there and listen. Let them vent. Oftentimes, we as husbands will come home and we'll talk for 30 minutes or more, and then we'll stop and say, well, how are you? And we'll look and smile, and that is when we realize that we talk way too much. But listen. And don't only listen with your ears. Listen with your whole body. Show her you are interested in what she is saying by not being on your phone or watching a basketball game. Disconnect from the electronics and be a listening ear. She'll love it. And circle back with that phone thing. I always say, put the phones down. Give your spouse the attention and not your phone. You didn't marry that phone. You didn't marry that game system. Give that spouse the attention they deserve. Now, the fifth thing I want to give you a tip on is priority. To be a priority, we completely understand that you are human and you are, man, woman, with a lot on the plate. So we also sometimes women like to be on the top of the list of importance. Things will come up, work meetings will happen, games will be on, whatever. And that is totally fine. But make sure she knows that nothing is more important than her. Nothing. Again, love is an action word. Show it daily. Even if you're upset with her or each other, remember, love conquers all. If you have an aunt, just simmer down, come back, grab her, kiss her, hold her hand, show that love. Because it's not really, honestly, that important to win a fight. It really is. It's not worth it. Here's a big one. Communication. Goes hand in hand with listening. You know how I said that oftentimes, ladies just like to talk? Well, we also like to talk back. Ask your wife questions and what her opinion on things are, and when she asks you questions and asks for your opinion, be open and have a discussion. Communication is key in a successful marriage. Don't keep secrets from each other. And always be honest. The only secret you all should keep from each other is if you're planning a birthday surprise or anniversary, something like that. Other than that, honesty, as corny as it sounds, is the best policy. It really is. Another thing, a hot date. Earlier I spoke about dating your wife, flirting with your husband. So your relationship with your spouse probably began as friends, and then she probably became a girlfriend, and then, fiance, so on and so forth, right? Or in my case, my wife and I, we began as, I wouldn't necessarily say enemies, but, it was, why are you bothering me? I was getting on her nerves. I was bothering her via social media. So that's how it began for us. But at any rate, throughout that process of building the relationship to marriage, dating probably played a big part in that. So men, once you tie the knot, dating does not end. Your wife would love for you to take her out to a nice dinner, movie, walk in the park, something like that. She would love for you to take her to a fun activity, anything outside of the norm, outside of your daily life or schedule. You can check out a few other articles about dating for every budget and how that works and everything like that. So the resources are out there. Just make the initiative, take the initiative, and date your wife. Another thing, best friends. A best friend. We all want one. men and women, that person you can tell everything to, that person you can laugh until you cry with, that person you can call and just say hi and rely on, that person that will always make you feel better. So be that for her. Be that for her. Also, we want to be an example. You always want to marry someone that brings out the very best in you. A person that makes you become better, stronger and happier. Believe it or not, us men tend to forget that. But women look up to us. Believe it or not. The men of the households. Women tend to notice the way we live, the way we treat our children, the way we work hard, the way we pray, the way we spend our free time, if we ever have any. But you know what I'm saying? So always do what's right. There's always someone watching, even outside of the home. Always do right and help lead your family on the right path to happiness in life. I'm going to say that again. Be a leader. Be the head of the house. Be that stand-up person that you need to be. Be that example for your wife and children. There's so many crazy things going on in this nation to allow, let's put it this way, these young men, they're dying, these young African-American men, they're dying, they're being shot. But where are the leaders? We're the leaders of the house. Stand up. Be that leader. Again, this is Marriage Matters podcast, and we thank you so much for listening. We have a couple people that have actually sent in questions and everything. I do have one more question I would like to throw out there from a woman by the name of Carly out east. Not sure if it's Jersey or New York, but she's out east. And came up with a good question, and I could not pass it up because it's real. And she asks, how can a marriage endure through illnesses like cancer, that sickness and health is very real? Not every marriage has survived a catastrophic life-altering diagnosis. So the question is how can a marriage endure that? Have you sat there and honestly thought through the sickness and in health? Like, what does that really mean? Am I committed to that sickness part? A lot of times we do not think about the sickness. That part of the vows, we don't think about it. But as Carly stated, it is very real. So to endure this, the answer I have is through God. That's how it can be endured. And this is why. God is the only one that can heal your spouse and give you the strength to endure what is to come. If our spouse suffers from a physical sickness, it can manifest itself through an endless number of symptoms. If a spouse is diagnosed with cancer, they may suffer from nausea, pain, weakness throughout their body, anything. It may require use of chemotherapy or radiation, which could result in physical changes in the way your spouse appears. That could be tough. They may lose all of their hair. They may lose their weight. It may affect the way your spouse may treat you even, because they have no strength or energy to meet your needs. Just take a moment and picture that. Through sickness and in health. They may treat you rudely and say things that they wouldn't normally say as a loving and healthy spouse. Now, if a spouse has surgery or even kidney issues, anything, It may require the other spouse to carry a larger portion of the load, the day-to-day household duties. Are you ready for that? It is burdensome for one spouse to do more, but they understand their spouse is sick, and they want to honor commitment to endure in the relationship. They don't help and assist their spouse with the motives that they will be returning the favor at a later time or anything like that. Marriage isn't a give and take. It's give. So they realize this. And they do it out of love and commitment. A spouse doesn't change a bad pan because it's fun. It's nasty. They don't do it because it's fun. They do it out of love and commitment to their spouse. They want to be there for their spouse through the sickness as well as the health part. But when that sickness arises, it is an unconditional act of love and service that honors their commitment, and at the core of their life, it honors God. Now, running away is an easy way out, but God hates divorce. Don't go back on your contract you agreed to with God and your spouse. Me, as a cancer survivor, and also have had to care for my wife and things like that, it can be tough. It really can. However, my love and obedience to God and unconditional love for my wife, my integrity to uphold my ends of the covenant, really got me through that. It really did. So, again, running away is the easy route. You don't want to go that route. Not at all. So, I challenge the listeners today, anyone out there that's listening, who may be in a marriage right now and has or is currently going through a sickness. Now, I want to throw this out there. In honor of the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I would like those individuals who have or currently in a marriage battling that, I want to hear your testimony surrounding this. How did you get through this? How did you and your spouse battle through that sickness, or even just any illness? I'd like to hear your testimony. And you can actually do that by going to reaching out to us at Marriage Matters Ministries at Facebook, our email at Marriage Really Matters, Instagram is the same at Marriage Really Matters. You can reach out to us, weigh in on this, and also you can click the download button and revisit this whole segment and everything like that. I hope it was a blessing to you. I really do. Because marriage does matter. Thank you for listening.
Welcome to the Marriage Matters podcast, hosted by Minister Adrian C. Walker II, owner and founder of Marriage Matters Ministries and Apparel, where he provides marital coaching and advice. This podcast is for those who are interested in real learning and how to overcome relationship obstructions, love better, and secure a long-lasting relationship God's way. View it as your daily study time. Listen to it on the way to work, at the gym, or while you are surfing the web. Minister Walker, together with his wife Shion Walker, under the leadership of Open Door Family Worship Center San Diego, focus on helping couples to break the back of divorce by being intentional about improving their marriage. Join the movement. Tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, and let's bring our world back to the true sanctity of marriage, because marriage does matter. Find us on Facebook or at www.marriagemattersministries.com.